Hey everyone, I'm giving out this update the same day I'm finishing my first video. I remember I gotta hold the camera up a little bit. So I've been working on it quite a lot. First, I got a domain name purchased. I did that. I started setting up the website and like all the Google account stuff. So look at that. Nothing crazy so far, but look, still pretty happy about it. I think it looks pretty good, so there we go. Keep going while I'm waiting for the cider to cool and stuff like that, and I can't put the time in to make other stuff. I can at least do this, so let's go. Okay, I just got this, the peeler here. Tuck it out, I'm gonna plug it in and see how it works. I mean, that worked pretty darn well there, I'd say. I saw a little bit of skin there, but I think it takes most of it off, so I won't really care too much about that little bit that's left. I think it's really good overall, so awesome, cool. Alright, we have our berries here. We got some raspberries and we got some blueberries. It seemed like a lot more blueberries, but so what we're going to do is we're going to juice those. I'm going to pasteurize those juices and put them in the fridge to freeze, to hold the carbonation better and stuff like that. And I might do some more apples up. I got these 3 skin apples because I was messing around with the apple peeler, which worked super well. Remember, I want to hold this up here. So I'll see if I end up doing more apples because it's pretty late. You might be able to even see the time. It's pretty late. I got exams this week, so I'll do as much as I can with this, and then hopefully tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'll be able to do a lot more of the apple stuff, and then hopefully talking to some people on Thursday about this whole process. So it's really picking up, I think. So let's do the juices. We'll see how it goes. Alright, blueberry juice is all ready to be pasteurized and then it's frozen, not frozen, refrigerated. So onto the blackberry juice, and we're gonna pasteurize them at the same time, so we give one nice bath, and it'll just be simpler. So let's do that. Okay, I don't know if this was expected, but the blackberry juice is very, very thick, so I'm gonna try to loosen it up a little bit. Maybe add 50 milliliters to it of water and then pasteurize that. So here we go. Alright, both of them are chilling here after being heated up, so we're gonna let those chill for a little bit more and take them down. It still looks hot in there. The pan still feels hot, so you can do that, let it chill, and we'll take them downstairs and put it with the other one. So I think that's probably gonna be it for tonight. So tomorrow I'm gonna get some more apple juice, and hopefully I'll test some combinations with those juices and the apple juice, and see how that chilled apple juice carbonates. So we'll get some good tests in there and play with our flavors a little bit. So actually pretty cool stuff. And maybe I'll get some honey, some simple syrup. So we'll try maybe honey flavoring and then the blackberry and blueberry and see how those taste. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I just did a little bit of research about legal stuff, and I think it's going to be very difficult. So I'm going to reach out to people that I know and try to get some help on that. And actually, one of the things I'm reaching out to is this company that is all involved with helping people create their beverage companies and stuff like that. So I'm going to reach out to them, get a quote for all that stuff, and see who I can work with. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. And then later tonight, I'm going to be doing some juice stuff, hopefully. So there we go. Okay, so I have these measured out. For the first amount, I think we're going to have 125 milliliters. We're going to do 150 milliliters. We're going to do 1-to-1 for the blackberry, or for the blueberry juice. And then I guess we'll do 1-to-1 for each of these, and then we'll have some left over. I'm going to try to do honey flavoring with that. So let's try that. Here we go. Okay, these all have been mixed. Oh, this isn't focusing at all. We have this all mixed up here. So we're gonna try those out. I'm gonna pour some into cups, obviously, and try those, and then try to carbonate them and see how they taste. And then I have this. I'm gonna mix up with some honey and try to get the taste in that. So make like a syrup with the honey, so it'll stay dissolved in there. We'll get the honey flavor with the apples. So honey apple, that might be really good. So let's test these out and see how they are. These are both way too strong, I believe. I just finished making up this apple here with the honey, so I gotta let it cool a little bit and then I'll try it. But it seems like at this point you'd have a lot less of the other berry juices in order for it to be good. I'm gonna get some other opinions on it and see what other people think, but in my opinion, I think it's too strong. You can't taste the apple as much as I want you to be able to taste the apples, so I want it to be a lot smoother of a combination, I guess, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna have to make more apple juice tomorrow at some point. So I gotta get some more berries and stuff like that so I can mix it up. But I think the idea is good, and I think I've gotten lots of feedback that the idea is good. So just gotta try it more and making some add more apple juice to that stuff and see how it goes. So actually, I'm gonna try carbonating it. Actually, I'll wait to carbonate it. I'll add more juice next time and see how it tastes just flat, and then we'll carbonate it. So I'll see after I try that, after it cools down, and we do that. All right, so the honey taste is not really there. So I gotta try again. Gotta get more juice. I'm probably not gonna try the honey for a little bit, but I'm gonna try the other berries. I think the berry flavors are a lot more promising than this honey flavoring, but it's super clear, almost their juice. It does really taste just like juice. So we'll have the juice, we'll have the cider flavoring. That just depends on how much we filter it and if we use the skins or not. It really seems like if I take off the skins and stuff, it's the juice that I get, and if I leave the skins on, I get more of the cider. There's a lot more sediment stuff, so that's where I'm kind of at. I got the juice, so within the next few days, tomorrow I'll get all the apple juice ready. I think if I do have time, I'll get my apple juice done. Pasteurize it, get that all ready. I still have tons out there, probably a good 15 pounds, I'm guessing. So I gotta do all that, and I'll just keep trying. That's all I can do is keep trying. Wait for those contacts to get back to me and stuff, and I'll figure out what to do from here. So I'll see ya. Bye. Okay, so I believe this is the 10 pounds of apples I'll cut up, process these. I am trying to streamline the process, so I'll go right into the pan. That it'll double strain right into the pan, and it being skinned already for the most part. There's still some skins left over, but for the most part, it'll be very clean when it goes in here, and I can just pasteurize it right in this pot here, and then put it into a big bottle. So that's what I got going on. I have to go do the other 10 pounds after I finish this. But I'll have a lot of stuff to experiment with, and did some research and talked to some people, and I think I'm going to be closer to actually selling and be able to put it up online and stuff like that than I actually think. I have to get some home processing permit, and I got to fix my labeling a little bit. Well, no, yeah, just a little bit. Add some stuff for the back. So do all that, and I think be able to sell. So this is good. I mean, this is my week 2. I'll be probably finishing these videos today and editing them all tomorrow. So week 2, I think going pretty good. And I thought originally I wouldn't be able to sell because there's some weird stuff with the carbonation process that makes me have to get this really crazy license. But hopefully, from what it looks like now, I won't have to get that if I sell non-carbonated stuff. So I'm gonna work on building my different flavors, and then selling all that stuff. And I think I'm gonna try to do lemonade too, because I've made lemonade before and it always turns out pretty good. So I can do the lemonade, do the cider, do juice, and then work on the flavors. The flavors didn't work, so I still got to figure those out. But hopefully with some of this juice, I can add it with some of that and try to create some flavors. So this time I'll do it a little bit more smart. Since I have more apple cider, I can do that. I can do like 1 parts to 10 and whatnot. So So I'm gonna do, get the rest of those apples right there. Oops. Get the rest of those, oh boy. Get the rest of those apples processed, and then keep processing them, and then I can pasteurize them all and chill them all and test out the carbonation, all that sort of stuff. So let's get to it. Okay, so all the cider has been made. I have to pasteurize and get the last of the film out of there, and then get that ready to cool right away. So I got to get my tray and all that stuff ready. I also took the peels. I wanted to try to do something interesting with it, so I put it in a simple syrup to try to candy them. So we'll see after these dry and everything if they taste good or not. And then left over from there was this almost tea, and look how red that is. It's super red. So there's also a little bit of cinnamon in it, so it's like an apple cinnamon tea. So I'm very curious how that'll taste and how those will taste. But I'm gonna get that ready and try that and just see how that all goes. So I still have 5 left to do, but I can't do it right now, so I'll have to do that probably later tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. And then I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Okay, just an update. We got all the apple candies drying here. After those dry out, we'll see how they taste. The apple peels. We got this pasteurizing. It's looking good. I still have to clear it up a little bit by straining that stuff off the top, but besides that, it's looking pretty good. The other stuff, the tea kind of thing, it was way too sweet because it was mostly the simple sugar there, but it had me think about actually making tea out of the peels so we can actually, we use our waste, so we don't really have any waste out of the product besides, the very stuff that we're skimming out of here, which can't really be used in the cores and stuff, so we'll try to figure out something to do with those. But yeah, we'll try to, I think, make some tea out of all the other stuff. So I've got some materials, gonna get that tomorrow. So I'll update you guys and see what we find out for that. Bye. Okay, already want to say that I made some changes with the pasteurization. Realized I wasn't boiling it, or quote unquote boiling it, for long enough. I'm trying to also increase the cooling here so it gets cooler quicker without letting bacteria in. I'm sure I gotta let the heat escape, right? I'm learning and trying to get it colder quicker here, so it's still very hot there, but I mean, that cider looks pretty darn good there, if I do say so myself, so love to see it. Don't see too many particulates, so it's pretty good. I'll let you know how everything goes tomorrow once we get the tea. So, alright, so Sunday of week 2 here, going into week 3. Got some tea bags, got a mortar and pestle. We are going to try to make some apple skin tea. And then I'll make apple skin tea and apple skin cinnamon tea. So try doing that right now and see how that goes. Okay, so I tried the already dried out stuff. That isn't really working. So I had some fresh apple peels with some cinnamon in this one. It's actually looking pretty good. It's too hot to drink right now, but it's looking pretty good. So try that. I have some of those apple peels drying, the other half of those apple peels drying. So those are the full peels. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell those or not, so I'm going to try drying them and use the mortar and pestle to make them into a powder, if that works. And we'll try to see what it is. I think I had these were the candied ones I was trying to do it with, so I think I already lost a lot of their flavor, whereas here it looks like it's pretty good.